Are you ready for the largest gaming event in the history of gaming? I want to welcome you guys to Waterloo Roblox. Now, this is a regimental game that can handle 3,000 players in one battle. All right, that is insane. So what happens here is the community once a month gets together and plays the Battle of Waterloo to its actual scale in terms of the battlefield size. Now, obviously, there was more troops at the Battle of Waterloo than 3,000, but 3,000 players coming together to play in one battle is insane. And if you guys want to take part in these battles, they are always looking for new members and to grow the community and push the limits of this game. Who knows, maybe in a month or two we'll be having a 4,000 player battle or a 5,000 player battle. So the Battle of Waterloo is fought in 10 different servers, each server holding about 350 to 400 players. Now, each server is a different location on the battlefield of Waterloo, and all these servers add up, as in they all affect each other. So if you're doing really well on your own personal server, you know, it's really just your section of the battlefield. That doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win the battle, because you gotta count on your teammates on the other sections of the battlefield, aka servers, to do well as well to be able to be victorious. So there's like a kill count that all the servers add up to, and so that's how you have your 3,000 player battle. Look at this, guys. Let me just quickly scroll through here. Okay, so the way this leaderboard, or yeah, I guess you'd call it a leaderboard, is set up is that you can see each section of the map. You can scroll through, or a section of the battlefield, each server, and then here's the next server right here, and then you can scroll down. Look at all these players. Look at all these players. This is insane. Just insane. A crazy amount of soldiers. I don't know. This is like unheard of to see, you know, 3,000 people get on for a game in it all, like the one battle, like it all the, you know, the players are just cogs in the machine, you know, all trying to do their best to try to win the day, but they're just one individual soldier. It is insane. It's crazy. The logistics of this, the commanding, the teamwork, it's going to be so much fun. So we're going to be getting started here soon. You can see the French are warming up. This is the battle is consisting of mostly historical alliances. So you're going to have French and allies versus, you know, coalition forces. So what we're going to do, I wanted to really quickly show you all the different regiments and factions that are going to be in each server. So you know, as we're switching to different servers, what's going on. So let's if you look on the screen right here, you can see how the Battle of Waterloo is going to be divided. And the way I'm going to cover this is that I'm going to go in order of the servers as they're listed on the screen right now. So we're in Hougoumont right now, so we're going to be checking that out, and then we're going to move down the list left to right. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be so much to cover. But let's go ahead, check out these regiments. So, in Hougoumont, and please forgive the way I'm going to pronounce these names. I am going to butcher them like these soldiers are going to butcher each other today. So, let's dive in. Hougoumont. We have the 1st Corps and we have 4th Corps from the French Army. We have the 25th and the 84th against the British. Then at Haye Sainte, we have the Imperial Guard, or the Imperial Guard, and the Irish taking on Austria. In, oh boy, here we go. In Papelotte, I don't know how to pronounce it. We have, again, 1st Corps and 4th Corps of the French Army, Bavarians, and the 10th Regiment against Andorre, which I believe Andorre is like a historical fiction regiment based on like a Scandinavian location, to my knowledge. And then we have Frischermont, It's the, again, 1st Corps and 4th Corps of the French Army. We have the 105th and the 10th, and they're taking on the British Household Division. Then we have Plancenoit, which is going to be 1st Division of 3rd Corps against the British. Then next we have Rossomme, which has the Polish Legion and the 84th against the British. Then we have Mon Plasair. I'm just going to pretend I'm pronouncing these right. So we have the 18th Regiment, who is part of the Irish. They're in the same corps. I believe it's 2nd Corps that the 18th is in. And then we have the 2nd Division of 3rd Corps fighting with the 18th from 2nd Corps. And they're taking on the Prussians. Then we have the Braine Alleud, which is the Army of Naples in Italy taking on Sweden and another section of Prussia. Then we have Mont Saint-Jean, the main 2nd Corps taking on Russia and Austria. And then finally we have Croix, which has Italy versus Russia. So those are all the regiments and nations and corps and battlefield location. But fun thing about LaCroix, I'm sure most of you guys know, especially if you're in the US, LaCroix is a sparkling water like soda drink, like natural, like no calorie sparkling water drink, LaCroix. Now there's another one called Waterloo. So I don't know, are they both inspired by the Battle of Waterloo? I find that kind of interesting. But again, guys, we are going to check out every single server during the event from the order, starting with Hougoumont, or Hougoumont. And we are going to spend about 5 minutes in each server. That's going to be about an hour once we get through all the servers. So it's going to be fun. Sit back, relax, get some snacks and drinks, and enjoy the show. We're going to be starting very soon. All right, guys, here we go. 20 seconds away. To my understanding, I know the music's really loud right now, but to my understanding, we peaked at 3,500 players. The Battle of Waterloo is underway in about 5 seconds. And we start with Hougoumont. And we're going to be looking at the French side here. Remember, I'm going to spend about like 5 minutes in each server and try to get a little bit of, the entire battle. And there we go. The French are moving out aggressively. You can see they have 3 regiments, maybe even 4, making their way to the mansion over here, the very beautiful the structure here, Hougoumont. And then over on the other side, we've got about 4 regiments. So you got kind of 4 going into the outskirts, 4 or 3 going near the building. Now, the cool thing about the building is the way it works is basically if you hold the building, you can only have like a certain amount of troops in here. And then, because you get like a little bit of a bonus if you're holding the building. It's like a morale bonus, accuracy bonus. But if you have too many, that cancels out. And you can only have like, I think like 40 soldiers in here, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go ahead and look at the coalition. Let's see what their forces are looking like. I might spend a little bit more time in this server just because it's taken them a little while to initiate the fight. But here comes the British. Look at these boys. You got blue coats, red coats, fancy hats. It's looking good. Looking really good. Oh my god, this is crazy. And here we go. We got, oh my god, look at these guys. Look at these guys. I love the uniforms. And there's the first shot, the shot that's heard around the world. The British are going to form their lines and open fire at the French fortification, or I guess it's a fortification, a little road defense. Already we have our first casualty here. Rest in peace. But oop, little under the world there. Yeah, the French are gonna hold basically they're gonna hold the road, hold this tree line, and even though they're firing uphill, it's a pretty solid position. But I'm curious to see how long they're gonna hold here. The Hougoumont is underway, and look at the tickets. By the way, guys. Like I said, all the servers interact, and the tickets aren't just the tickets here in Hougoumont. This is the entire Battle of Waterloo. So we have 150 tickets Both of them started with 150 tickets, and it's probably going to come down to who kills the other ticket-wise. It's not going to be like a time thing. So there we go. Looks like the French are even pushing up, kind of pushing on the flank. Look at that, kind of overextending here and causing the. It's probably going to cause the British to reform and reorganize, which is exactly what they're doing here. They've got their men kind of facing the flank, just to watch it. You got King's German Legion watching this flank, trying to hold here. Flankers! Watch out! All right, so people are calling out shots. We've got a beautiful line battle going at Hougoumont, and the British are inching their way forward here. So, yeah, they're trying to put pressure. Let's see what's going on here. The French are getting super aggressive, and it's working. Look at the casualties that the King German Legion has taken, but yet they stand strong and keep trying to hold this flank. They know how important this flank is. Go ahead and zoom out over here and see the French point of view as they attack this hill. My goodness. A great maneuver by the French here, and the tickets are still dead even. I would say they're ever so slightly in favor of the coalition. But it's so close that it's pretty much even. The king and country. So yeah, they're doing a great job here of fighting. This has been a ferocious hill battle. The French, you know, this is a solid plan. This is like a swinging door strategy where they have probably this section here is the most vulnerable, but they're just kind of holding the they're just holding the line and keeping the British in place while their flank swings around and you know, put pressure on their flank, and it looks like it's working. But the British have reformed. You can kind of zoom in here and see that the British have kind of used this really nice terrain here to give them cover, but they are taking heavy losses here at Hougoumont, and it's still very close in this game. Nobody's lost a banner yet or a standard. Ooh, look at these uniforms. Look at these lads. An excellent battle here at Hougoumont. Unfortunately, guys, we are out of time for this server. We're not out of time. We can stay as long as we want, but I do want to cover the other battlefields. So let's just zoom out here, get the big picture. Look at this fight. These are all players. That's insane. So Hougoumont is a great start. The French are doing well here. Let's go ahead to the next section of the battlefield, which is Haye Sainte. All right, guys, here we are at Haye Sainte, and I need to find where the battle is going down. It sounds like it's going down over here. We might get some pretty intense loading. This is quite the battle. This is... Oh, we've got a huge melee going on. The soldiers are slowly loading in. But yeah, Haye Sainte starting with a huge melee. No surprise here because we do have the Imperial Guard against Austria. Two ferocious nations going at it, and regiments and whatnot. But you can see that they're in a deadly brawl here. The French are pushing in, but up here, if you look, a big section of the Austrian army is still holding, and this is an excellent combo. Now, we do have some French pushing up the hill as we speak. So we got some French forces trying to take the hill. Meanwhile, there's a massive brawl. The brawl it looks like it is calming down, and the French are forming up, and they've got another line to take on. But honestly, the French aren't looking too bad here. I mean, it's looking pretty decent. They've got a good amount of troops. It kind of looks like they have the Austrians kind of outnumbered. They might go in for another charge. In fact, it looks like he's making a deadly maneuver here. I don't know. It's pretty even now. And you can see the French have kind of split. Their melee force is kind of split. And now he's focusing a good chunk of soldiers on taking on this hill. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Oh, standard down. Standard down. This looks like the old guard. They're making their way up on this hill. We got very, very ferocious fighting. The French have taken a decent lead. Still very close. Still anyone's game. But they're at 140,000 tickets, and the coalition is 139,600, roughly. It is going quick. This is... Oh, look at this little divide and conquer the French are doing here. The Imperial Guard here. They have split the Austrian line in half. Now they're closing in. This is huge. And then on the other side, they're keeping the other regiments of Austria busy with a much smaller French force. But how long can this French force hold as the rest of the French forces push up that hill and try to take some ground? Let's see if the French get aggressive here. They're getting in charge distance right now. The Austrians still holding their ground. They are still not willing to give up this hill. Let's see how long the Austrians can hold here. And I don't know, guys. This is looking a little worrisome. Oh, here it comes. Are they going to charge? No, they're just getting closer. Closer and closer. And they are racking up. Oh, people are starting to lose their flags. Remember, guys, this game can quickly change. If you lose your standard, you lose a ton of tickets. You lose morale. The Austrians are going for a charge. They're trying to save their line. Look at these Austrians right in the street here. And they're doing the best they can to try to prevent this. But it's getting crazy over here in this battle. There's all kinds of melee going on. The Austrians are falling back. They're most likely going to reform against the advancing French who are trying to take this hill. And the French now they still hold on to that solid lead almost by 1,000 tickets. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's kind of zoom out here so you can get the big picture. But let's go ahead and move on. There's a big melee over here. Hold on. Let's not move on just yet. Look at this. They're trying. Oh, they got the standard. They got the flag. That's going to be huge. France is doing a great job against Austria in this battlefield. Or in this section of the battlefield. Let's go ahead and go to the next battlefield, which is going to be, let me just double check here. It's going to be this one here, the Papelotte, whatever, how you pronounce it. Let's go. All right, here we are, guys. There's battle right here. We got the Irish. It looks like the Irish. Whenever you see a green flag, you always think Irish. But remember, this is... we've got Bavarians, and we have the historical fiction faction, which is, I believe, this one here. It's the Endor nation. But yeah, they are fighting a good fight here. Let's zoom out here. It's kind of like all over the place. I don't think I've seen this map yet, but you can see that there's a big road battle right now, and there's a lot of falling back here. So maybe this isn't the Irish. This is that unique faction. And then here we go. Here's another force of troops pushing in. The Andor. And they have kind of secured this building here. And then we got more of these. See, here's the flag of the Andor. More of these troops, and they're all kind of fighting around this building. Let's see. The Bavarians are hugging it, and this is a pretty close battle. I don't know. It looks like the coalition is doing pretty well here in this fight, but we'll see how this plays out. I'm just trying to get a big picture because it's pretty chaotic right now, where the Bavarians are falling into the building. They're preparing to make their stand in this building and hold and maybe use the choke point here, or maybe they're going to sally out and take on the coalition forces. And then we got more troops kind of falling back, which is a smart play because there's a lot of angry Bavarians coming out and playing. And guys, it might be easy to forget, but these are all organized regiments. These are all regiments led by a high command, and all the grunts you see here fighting are all human players. It's so easy to forget that. You could be thinking you're watching like a simulation or something, but that is just not the case. And look at the lead that the French forces have against the coalition. They have a solid lead right now, but the battle's only just begun. There's still a lot of time, and this is anyone's game. The Bavarians are making a bold push here. Let's zoom out, though, and kind of see what's going on, because this is a huge fight. You've got a lot of fighting going down the road here of this map, and it's definitely a lot calmer over here. There's, I mean, in terms of melee, but we'll see how this plays out. This is a very healthy unit here. I'm curious to see if they go in for a charge, because they could probably wipe these guys out. And, you know, the Bavarians know that, and they are falling back. The Bavarians, and of course we have the 10th Regiment, they are falling back and reorganizing. But I think this is just a diversion force. I think the main force is over by the building with the Bavarians, and they're doing a good job, but how long can they go here? How long can they keep charging and killing the coalition troops? And there's a counter charge by Andor. The counter charge trying to take out the Bavarians. But the Bavarians are looking pretty good. I don't know, it's pretty close. I think the Bavarians will hold. Oh my god, you gotta love the Bavarians, man. And look, oh, they're counter pushing. They are counter pushing. Look how aggressive they're getting. They run up, they get off a volley, they're chasing them down. And oh my god, the French are just, their lead is gaining and gaining. They're at 126 tickets against the coalition's 123 tickets. All right, but over on this side, it's a little bit more of a struggle for the Bavarians as they are fighting, you know, on this far flank as they constantly fall back. So, you know, it's a battle of two tales, basically, where Bavarians and the French forces are doing well, but on, you know, on one side, but on the other, they're kiting the enemy and just trying to maintain this flank. And it's looking like it's doing okay. It's doing okay. They're doing all right. Now Bavarians, look at this. The Bavarians are going down the road, and this is the much-needed relief that they... much-needed relief they needed. The Bavarians and the 10th Regiment of the French forces are running down, and that is causing a panic with the coalition forces as they try to reform and reorganize their forces. Look at this. They are doing everything they can to try to hold. But the French still have a solid lead, and we are out of time for this server, so we're going to move on to the next one. So we'll kind of fly out here so you can see the bigger picture, and we will go ahead and get that ready, which the next one is going to be the Frischermont. So here we go. Oh, there's the fighting. We have a large French force. Now, just to keep in mind, we have the 10th and the 105th Regiment in here against the British Household Division. So the French have a huge force running downhill, and they're not running towards the enemy. They're running away from the enemy. And has the coalition forces, have they caught up a little bit in tickets? It seems like it. The French still have a solid lead, but I think we are seeing some victories here, some you know, flags captured for the coalition to kind of help them catch up, but they are still behind, and they still have a lot of work to do. Let's zoom out here and see the bigger picture of this battle, get familiar with the battlefield, because, oh wait, is there, how divided is this battle? Hold on, let's fly over here. Let's go over here. Let's speed it up a little bit. Oh yeah, there is fighting all over the place on this map, on the Frischermont. Frischermont. But yeah, here comes the French. Let me slow it down here a little bit. But yeah, the French are, they're fighting everywhere. They're fighting everywhere. Another flag loss for the French. So it's about a 3,000 ticket lead for the French. But again, this is still so early in this game. This is still anyone's game. And it does look like the French are pushing back the British. But there is a large force of British troops if we can look through the smoke. Oh, that guy just took off. He looked like he went flying. But look at this. The British have set up near the church, it looks like. and they are going to open fire and try to slow down this French force who's holding this slight hill. But yeah, this is my first time really seeing this map. Oh my god, the French are taking heavy losses here. This looks like a fairly even battle, at least from, you know, what I can see. French closing in, really trying to push. Let's zoom over this way. This is insane. Here comes a flanking French force. We've got 3 regiments moving in and holding them back. We have 1 regiment here. They are about to get melted. They're about to experience a 3-prong attack. Oh my god, they're gonna get point blank. Look at this. Oh, and they just opened fire. That is ruthless. I would go in for a charge, try to get that standard. And yeah, they're all going in for a charge. All right, there's still about a 3,000 ticket lead for the French. The French charging in, going in, trying to do as much damage as possible, trying to get that standard. What's really big about this positioning for the French, though, is that they're going to be able to set up here and get behind the British, who are trying to take on the French, who are way over here. Now, there is some crazy maneuvering happening. And I think the French are going to stop pursuing. They're going to regroup, and they're going to surround the British, who are kind of caught themselves in the middle of the battlefield. But yeah, the British have pushed way over here. The fight is going into this small pocket of trees. But I don't know. I think the French are, with that little flanking maneuver, are starting to get an edge here. And they still maintain that 3,000 ticket lead. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next part of the battlefield here, guys, because there's only 20 minutes left, and there's a lot more sections of the battlefield we need to see. Hold on, really quick though. Let's see what's happening here. Is this a charge? Yes, a huge French charge. It's going to be close, but I think the French have the numbers. But the British are doing a great job of regrouping and reforming up on this hill. And I think they can easily hold back the French charge here. French might want to cut their losses here and just regroup and start opening fire at their retreating, you know, shoot at their backs. But, you know, the longer they do this, they're kind of trickling, you know. This guy has a Windows sign on him. What the heck does that mean? Got a Windows logo. Anyways, they're falling back, and they're just going to keep falling back. They keep losing more and more men. Finally, they hold their ground. They're going to form a line here. Let's go ahead and go to the next map. I'll zoom out here as we view the fight as we look for the next one. All right, welcome to the next section of this battlefield. And this is, again, the 1st Division, 3rd Corps of the French Army against the British. The map is loading in. And oh, this is a cool map. I love this map. And sure enough, looks like there's a big melee going on with the French. But the British look like they have this under control. And this is going to be, I love this map because it's a big town, and there's a lot of cool walls, like stone walls that you can hold here. And oh, we got some Blackwatch. We got some Scots here. So yeah, I have actually a little side note. I've done the ancestry DNA. It like always changes. I was mostly Irish. Now I'm only like 14% Irish, and I'm 37% Scottish and 22% Germanic. So there you go. And then yeah, then 14% Irish. Those are my top 3. So yeah, I'm all over the place. Not really. Anyways, side note. I just wanted to, I guess, mention that. But it looks like the French are regrouping. The British, the coalition forces, are doing a great job here of controlling this map. Look at it. They're going back to the trenches. They're going to use the walls for cover, and they are pushing back the French forces. And guys, let's see. As much as the British are having success here, the overall battle is not going so well for the coalition. They're now 4,000 tickets behind. But wait, what is this? A flanking French force. I didn't even spot them coming around out of nowhere. They're going to run down and try to kill as many British as possible. That's what French do, at least at this time. Now they're best buddies, which is good. But let's zoom out, and See how that's going. Look at the big picture here. Oh, and there's a countercharge. A countercharge by another regiment from the British. And there is just chaos right now in this village. But it does look like the French are coming out on top. The Black Watch have lost their flag. And oh my god, the French have taken so many British flags. It started off well for the British, but it just didn't end too well for them, as they are now falling back and more regiments are forming and to reinforce the church. I think this is a good time to transition to another section of the battlefield. So we're going to zoom out, see what the French do here as we look for the next map, which the next map, and I'm just kind of speeding it up because I'm a little behind with maps. It is, let's see, spectate. And the next map is going to be the let's see, how do you pronounce this one? Rossomme. All right, here we are. I always love to load in and just see tons of troops fighting. So let's see what's happening here as the French, look at this L shape here they've got going on. The French have had a little bit of a tussle going on in the tree line. It looks like they're going to reform. So by the way, in this battle, we have the Polish Legion, the 84th, and this is against the British. So we have a lot of British forces here today. So the British are reforming. So if you guys saw the video of me playing as an individual soldier, it's this map right here. So the Rossomme. Again, I'm so sorry about how I'm pronouncing this, but things are calming down here, and the First Dragoons lost their flag, and now look at the lead. It's still a 4,000 plus ticket lead for the French forces. Look at the Polish here. Look at the Chad Polish. Gotta love their uniforms. Polish flag, so cool. The Poles, man, be afraid. Be very afraid. Oh my god, taking heavy losses here. Heavy losses for the French. The British must be concentrating their firepower on this French section of the line. Let me zoom out. Look at this battle line. Look at this battle line. And it does look like the British are pushing forward in the center. The French are falling back, but the French are pushing up over on this right flank. But the British are going to be ready for it. The British are going to be ready for it. And the question is, when are we going to find... When are we going to have our comeback? When is the coalition going to turn this battle around and get back into this fight and try to catch up with tickets? So far, it's not looking good. We're looking at a 7,000 ticket lead now. Or, I'm sorry, a 5,000. Sorry, numbers, I can't count. It's still about 4,000. So we're still in about the 4,000 range. Quick math, I guess. But yeah, this is a gruesome fight. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, the 87th just lost their flag. Oh my god, this is a chaotic line battle. The French using the road here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next server. Again, we only got about 12 minutes, and then I think there's like 3 or so more servers. So let's go ahead. I'll zoom out, and we will spectate. And you will see the next one. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more servers. Alright, so we got to go quick here. The Mon Plasair. Alright, here we are at the Mon Plasair. And in this one, we've got 3rd Corps, 2nd Division, in the 18th Regiment versus Prussia. All right, I'm seeing smoke over here, I think. Yep, here they are. All right, so they're still loading in. There we go. There's just so many troops. Here comes the mighty Prussians. So can the Prussians save the day, just like the real Battle of Waterloo, and turn this one around? And this is just like super chaotic. We got a run and gun situation where they're running down the 3rd Corps, 18th Regiment. The Prussians are chasing forces down, but it does look like the French forces, well, actually, I mean, I don't even know what the heck's going on. Oh, this is no. This is French forces opening fire. It looks like the Prussians gonna have them surrounded. Oh, sorry about that. That was a weird glitch. Looks like they kind of have them surrounded, and the Prussians. Again, let me get a bigger picture here. 105th just lost their flag. Look at the chaos. This is just a chaotic fight. The Prussians have taken the road. They kind of have the French forces surrounded, which is really promising. But there's about a 6,000 ticket lead now. So the lead is just getting stronger and stronger for the French. But guys, there's still 10 minutes. They can still turn this one around. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be tough, but it's still possible. The French kind of holding kind of back to back in this situation. You know, doing the best they can, trying to maintain this line. We just gained 10k points. Let's zoom out. Look at this. Here's the battle line. It's the edge of the map. The Prussians got them good here. The Prussians are hitting them on the flank here with this small regiment. And then way over on this side, the Prussians look like there's a melee. They went in for a brawl, but they are now falling back as they don't like what they see. They're going to fall back, regroup, reform. They're going to try to get some shots here, but they definitely need reinforcements. Do they make their stand here? Do the Prussians make their stand? They've got another regiment right next to them, but they don't look like they're going in. They're kind of just watching this unfold as the Prussians keep falling back. They've now fallen back to the road. Can they hold here? Can they? I think they can. I think they can. Yes, they can. Look at it. They really severely weaken the French forces. Now they're going to hunt for some flags, and they need to get those flags. They need to catch up and get back into this battle. Can the coalition forces do it? We'll find out very soon. But Prussia's looking really good here. And over on the other side, Prussia continues to look good as well. But I don't know. They're starting to take, look at this, heavy casualties. The French are still looking strong here. They have so many numbers here. They continue to hold this line. We're going to go ahead and go to the next section of the battlefield, which is going to be the next one, which is going to be Braine Alleud. This is a weird one. Braine Alleud. I don't know. All right, here we are at Braine Alleud. Braine Alleud. And I hear a lot of screaming. Let me see the map. I don't think I've seen this map before, but we'll see where the fighting is taking place. It does take a little while to load in, and oh, there's some troops over here. So again, just to remind you guys, there's the Army of Naples. We have Italy and Sweden versus Prussia. So we have some very cool factions in today's battle. Who's this guy? He's like, where am I? Who am I? I think this is a... What? What is happening on this battlefield? Who are these people? All right, well, this is a real bummer. I don't know if this is just not loading in properly, but I can't find anyone. I can hear people fighting, but I can't see anyone, and we only have 5 minutes left and 2 more sections of the battlefield to see. So I'm going to go ahead and just skip this one. So far, the French still have a very solid lead. Okay, here we go. Now we see some troops. Now we've got the, we've got the, what do we got in here? I think we have Austria, and I kind of forgot, but you'll see it on the screen. The Austrians and Prussians, that's right. And it looks like they are pushing forward, and we are kind of waiting for the French army to load in. This map, I think this specific map has a lot of players. Oh, they're falling back. Okay, they're behind them. The French are pushing forward. It's 91,000 tickets to 85,000 tickets. So I was wrong. The tickets are holding up quite well. For some reason, I had the impression that the tickets would run out before the time ran out. But we have a huge French force pushing forward. They're using the tree line, and they've got the Prussians and the Austrians on the run. And look at, they're kind of kiting. They're constantly shifting around, reforming. Oh, this is a beautiful line battle. Look at this straight line. Multiple regiments are forming here. This looks awesome. Here's more Austrians over here opening fire. Doing the, oh wait, I'm sorry. It's not the Prussians. It's the Russians. Yeah, my bad. It's the Austrians and Russians. Sorry. Their flags are similar. It happens. It happens. Obviously, they got the green uniforms. But yeah, the French are great here. Look at that. Nice little volley into them. But it does look like they are countercharging the woods here. Oh, that was nasty. Let's see if the Russians can clear out these woods. They need to catch up here. There's 3 minutes left in this battle. And they got to try to catch up here and take control and get some flags. But the French are going to let that happen. The French are falling back. They're shifting over. And they're going to protect their flags from the enemy forces. This is insane, guys. This has been so much fun to see all these players, all these regiments come together for one battle. Let's go look at the French line over on this side as well. And we'll hang around here. Oh, here's some Irish. Fighting for the French. Hell yeah. But the Irish are opening fire here. Oh, the 95th Grasshopper Rifles have lost their flag. The French have reformed and they're focusing at this tree line. But we'll kind of sit here and watch this as I switch to the final map, which is going to be La Croix. We have now entered La Croix. There's a almost, well, no, there's like a 6,400 ticket lead for the French. This is going to be Italy against Russia. Obviously, Italy taking the side of the French. We got Russia with modern flags here. This is the majority of the Russian forces, because obviously we saw the other server with Russia. But it looks like they're doing pretty good. Let me zoom out here and just kind of get a bird's eye view. Unfortunately, we only have 1 minute and 45 seconds left. So I guess I could have timed the servers a little bit better. I just wanted everybody to get their couple minutes of glory, you know, in the battle and try to show every single regiment. But it's just crazy, man. This is just so cool. Like, I can't think of any other game that has similar, like, capabilities in terms of scale. The mechanics are quite good in this game as well. The Russians, this is just a brutal line. What a great way to end the battle. A brutal line battle. And it does look like, they're kind of reforming. The French have kind of surrounded them in this U shape. But it does look like the French are going to win this one, as they have 84,000 tickets against the coalition's 78,000 tickets. And, oh, look at this. Is this a charge? Yeah, this is a full-on charge because they know there's only 40 seconds left. Things are getting chaotic. Things are getting wild. The Italian forces moving in against the Russians, but the Russians stand strong and try to maintain their lines against this little push. But I think the Italians are going to hold here and regroup and just shoot at the Russians as they reform. So we're down to the last 18 seconds of the battle. 82 against 76,000 tickets. And at the end of the battle, they always form up on the opposite side of each other as kind of like a good game kind of thing. And there you have it, guys. The French are victorious. So big ol' congratulations to the French side. The coalition put up a great fight. The battle is ending. Charge. I guess technically there's 30 seconds in here, so they're just going to charge in. We'll just sit back and enjoy the slaughter of the last section of the battlefield, which of course is La Croix. So the tickets are no longer going down. 81,762 for the French against the 75,005 tickets for the coalition. A great fight, an exciting battle. I hope you guys enjoyed I know this music's really loud. I do apologize. I hope you guys enjoyed the first ever coalition battle or not coalition battle, but like community Waterloo battle on my channel. So I'm definitely gonna do this again. And there is the final victory message, 6,757 points or tickets that the French have won by. A great fight, very exciting. Enjoyed it a lot. I hope all the players enjoyed it. And don't forget, guys, look down in the video description. You will see all the regiments that you can join. And there they go, they're forming up. They're forming up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. And I will see you guys next time on the battlefield.